Do you ever have a manga that you just love? A manga that was taken away too soon? Well, I have one, and today we're going to be talking about it. A series I believe deserved more, but due to unfortunate circumstances, ended ever so prematurely. Yes, today we will be talking about the manga called I Don't Know If It's Love or Magic. But before we go into the manga, let me give a quick synopsis. I Don't Know If It's Love or Magic is a series about a main character named Kaito, the magicless boy enrolled in a magical academy trying his hardest to become part of the Phoenix rank of magicians, all based around a promise he made with the girl Mai so many years ago. One thing leads to another, and before you know it, Kaito develops his magical gift, the gift called Charm. Charm is an ability that causes whoever makes eye contact with Kaito to fall madly in love with him for a short period of time, be it men, women, trees, monkeys, whatever. And worse yet, he can't control this new power of his. How will Kaito fare in this world of magicians when all he has are his eyes? Well, a lot happens in the short 33 chapters of this series following Kaito and his adventures, so let's talk about it. Now before we go, I will say that I may be spoiling a bit of this series, even though it doesn't matter because it's already ended. So if you want to read this short-lived series, go check it out at the link provided in the description below. It's very good, I enjoyed it, and I hope you could enjoy it too without being spoiled in this video. But anyway, let's talk about my thoughts regarding this series. I don't know if it's love or magic. Now, unlike many of my review videos, this week I'm going to start with the negatives of the series instead of the positives. What can I say? I'm feeling in a Debbie Downer kind of mood right now. But regardless of how I'm feeling, the first negative I have with this series, and it's a pretty big one in my opinion, is that it's simply too lewd far too often for my taste. Now don't get me wrong, I'm perfectly okay with some boob in my manga. I'm even okay with some armpit and feet shots from time to time. But love or magic, that's what I'm going to call the series from now on, is just too much with all the lewd pieces in this manga. The number of skirts that fly up because of the wind from magic, or how often the main character is pushed between someone's breast, or even trees sticking their branches in places they don't belong. This manga is exceptionally lewd, and it's really off-putting to me. This is supposed to be a magical story with characters who use magic in a magical school, not hentai. And worse yet, Kaito's charm ability just increases this, and at one point he literally gets the ability to see through clothing, something that obviously gets used on many of the girls in this series. In short though, the lewd nature of this manga is extremely off-putting, and chapters 9, 10, and 11 feel like hentai. The lewdness of this manga was just too much for me, and I had to bring this up here. Another negative of love or magic is that nothing done here is exceptionally new or brave. Oh no, the top magician in the world is actually evil? Okay, I mean, that's been done plenty of times. Wow, the main character has someone rooting for them who coincidentally is one of the top magicians in the world? Okay, I guess. Oh, how about this? The main character is connected to some super important lineage that dates back to when something important happened in the past. Okay, this is getting tiresome, but you get my point. I just feel like the story is never taken in a daring direction and feels as if it's almost afraid to try something new, which is a shame. Now, maybe this is because the series was still starting out and we weren't able to get the author's full vision just yet, but I feel as if this is still a solid complaint to bring up when talking about love or magic. The complaint being that the story isn't anything special, unfortunately. And now, with my two major negatives out of the way, let's go on and talk about what I actively enjoyed about this series. The first thing being the wonderful art. The art is amazing. I love how the mangaka draws the female characters, specifically when they aren't in lewd situations, and how they all have their own distinguishing characteristics and looks. I love how the artist can go from really silly art to really serious and intense art to really emotional scenes at points. And I feel as if that conveys a large range of emotions. I also feel as if the art in this manga conveys emotion extremely well, seen mostly with the wonderful and imaginative fights in this series. And every character in the series, bar the main character, fights with such well-drawn and designed magic that it's a joy to look at because it's frankly beautiful. And of course, we can't forget about the facial expressions. I love it when a manga can draw some beautiful expressions capturing the character's emotions, and the expressions here are wonderful. Honestly, as I say in plenty of my videos, the art in the series is good enough alone to keep me captivated, even if the story couldn't. Not to say the story is bad by any means, but it's definitely not up to the same quality as the art. Yet another thing I enjoyed here in the manga were the characters. I feel like every character had their role to play in the story, and none of them ever really annoyed me. Yui is the archetype I always enjoy in the manga. The girl who's gung-ho about marrying the main character and is always getting a laugh out of me. Yume Saki is your classic shy girl who actually goes through some growth in this short-lived series. Mai serves as Kaito's motivation to continue working, the reason the story is moving, and serves well in that role. And Mime is very interesting as the teacher role, while fulfilling the perverted character type, yet mixing it up as instead of an old man, she's a smoking hot woman. Kyra also serves as the overconfident youngster and rolls off the cast extremely well. And of course, we can't forget about Kaito, the main character. Kaito is admittedly fairly basic, but that's perfectly okay. I feel like he's a great character to center around, and works perfectly with every other character in the series. And better yet, most of the characters in the series get development. Mai grows suspicious of the 7 sages, Yumisaki grows more confident, Kyra begins to focus on things more than her followers online. Honestly, there isn't really a character I dislike in this series, and I feel like they are definitely a positive when speaking on love or magic. So overall, while I may have come across as very mixed in this video, having 2 negatives and 2 positives, I have to say that I actually enjoyed the series a lot. I feel like the magic was fun, the romance was captivating, but that's mainly because I love harem anime, and the story, while nothing insane, is serviceable and entertaining. It's truly a shame that the series ended so prematurely due to the author's health, and I respect the work they've created, and I wish for their best recovery as soon as possible. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this week's video. I don't know if It's Love or Magic was a series I binged in a single morning, and have to say, I enjoyed it. Sure, it's a little bit too lewd, but it still gets my stamp of approval, and I'd probably recommend it. But yeah, hope y'all enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I hope to see you in next week's video. Peace.